Conasata to Is Anam Super Boys. Welcome back to the Super Championship in 2025. We are moving on to the second last round, the penultimate round of the 2025 season, of course. We are visiting Brazil at Autodromo de Interlagos, and we are very excited to be back here once again this year, and we are here in the SF23s, the closest thing to a Formula 1 car that we can have. Big names missing today. Five-time world champion Icon is not here today. We're missing Aiden from RG Labs. I believe we are missing Mateos. And we are missing Quentin, the runner-up in this year's championship. But we do have Versure. We have Pan Am. We do also have Alejandro Martinez. And we, of course, have Andy Bianchi. Julian here as well. Hopgood is also trundling into the lobby now as well. Hope you're all having a wonderful Saturday wherever you are, gents. Hopgood is in the pits. Jorben, Julian and Pan Am, hello, you're in the chat. Thank you so much for being here. If you're not already, please do hit that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. It helps out massively with our progression. Hope you're all having a wonderful day. Annoyingly, it would seem YouTube have changed the format for streaming, so I've lost out a load of information, which is rather annoying, but we'll have to just make do, gents. We'll just have to make do. Hopgood out on track, he's the man, with a special livery today, a tip of the hat to Braun GP. Fantastic livery, fantastic livery. It would seem that they have changed the format rather frustratingly. I don't like it. I don't like it. 5 people here, boys. Thank you so much. If you're not ready, please do hit that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. And there is the home hero. Mateos has joined the lobby. I was not expecting to see him today, but Mateos is here. The home hero, Mateos. He won last week at Circuit de Giles, fair enough. And he'll be hoping for something similar here today in his home race. Hopgood out on track now to set his push lap of this little practice session here. As I said at the beginning, gents, I will not be waiting around. Qualifying will start at 4:05. It will start at 4:05. Alejandro Martinez has now joined the session. So far, we only have 6 drivers. Well, actually, Mateos is the 7th driver, but he's been disconnected, and frustratingly disconnected. Julian is an A-rated driver. Is he? He sure to be God is. Julian is an A-rated driver. How about that? One of the most impressive glow-ups in our championship's history has been where Julian started versus where he is now. It's ridiculously. I mean, he's only behind some of the very, very, very long-standing veterans of this competition, and it's fantastic. It's really nice to see. Not looking like a good day for ARP. Are we missing Ben Hughes? No, Ben Hughes is here, but we're missing Luke. That is confirmed. We are missing Luke. Hopgood, a 1:18. Man on provisional pole in this practice little practice session here. We're still waiting on Andy Bianchi. I'm not sure where Andy Bianchi is. I'm just going to put a quick message in. Okay, gents, so far we only have 6 drivers of our 14 driver grid. It's not looking great, is it? Now, I know we're missing 4, but I was expecting to see Andy Bianchi. Mateos joined, but got disconnected. And, gentlemen, qualifying will begin now. We are missing some of the drivers. I'm not sure where. Always headwind into start straight, indeed. I'm not sure what R means. I'm going to give it until the 6th minute. I'm going to give a minute extra. And if they're not in, we're going. Okay, come on. Obviously, I've got a co-commentator once again today. Co-commentator again today, gents. So, every danger you'll hear some baby noises. I know, baby. Can you not make noise like that? Can you not make noise like that? Pardon me 1 second, gents. I just gotta sort this lady out. Here. I take it you're hungry. The usual jazz. You want? Okay. Okay, gents, I have to start qualifying. Qualifying is going to commence. I can't wait any longer. This is too long of a race. We're going to have to start qualifying. Last call. If you're not in by the 8th minute, we are launching. If you're not in by the 8th minute, we are launching. You'll have to start from the back of the grid, gents. Okay, from now on it's going to be first come, first serve. We're starting qualifying. Okay, here we go, folks. We're starting. The livery isn't applying. Did you try restart your game? It'll be first come, first serve, so whoever comes into the... Qualifying has begun. We're grid. We are not sure. Mateos is struggling with a livery. If you restart your game, Mateos, you might have, if you can get in before Andy Bianchi and the other stragglers, you'll start in P7. You won't be too far down the grid order. No, you can still join, Mateos. You can still join, but you'll be starting from 7th if you can get ahead of Andy Bianchi. Letting cars through. Pan Am is lining something up here. This will be one of the most interesting races we've ever had because we're missing some of the very, very top tier drivers, including Quantum and Icon. The smallest grid this year, which is astounding. I didn't have to do a game update, Andy. Qualifying has begun, folks. You can join after, and you'll start from the back of the grid, depending on where. Whoever joins, first come, first serve, so whoever joins first. Alejandro Martinez, the man who will put the first lap in. However, actually, no, it is Jorgen Verschuur who will get the first lap in. Verschuur leading the pack. Mateos has joined, he'll start from P7 on the countback. Alejandro Martinez taking absolutely no prisoners. He is quite happy. Ooh, someone's gone off into the barriers here. Who made contact with who here? Already a mess in the qualifying. What's the beeping? That would be the oven. Stream record is going to be absolutely hilarious because all you're going to hear is my son having a small bit of a unhappy moment. Baby, all good, relax. You're all good. Watch him qualify. Pan Am puts it onto provisional pole. 1:15.5 is his lap time. Alejandro Martinez at 1:16.6. He's 1.1 behind. Julian, 1/10 behind Alejandro Martinez. We're still waiting on Ben Hughes to put the lap, and he's on an out lap now. Someone has gone around. Who was that? Hopgood finds the barriers. 15-minute qualifying session, folks. Don't forget, because the race is longer today. So we've reduced the amount of time that qualifying takes place. Jorgen Verschuur now, about to start a push lap. Has overtake as well, folks, don't forget, he had overtake. Alejandro Martinez improves. 16.5. Alejandro Martinez, the sole Saria driver today, can clench the team's championship for Saria today. All he needs to do is finish a minimum of P7. That's all he has to do. All he needs is 5 points. So P7 will do it. P7 will do it. Alejandro Martinez, the only Saria driver today. Pan Am, though, the man on provisional pole for now. Julian in third. 2/10 off of Alejandro Martinez. Hopgood trying to improve upon his lap time. Ben Hughes on a push now. Where can Ben Hughes put his car? It's going to be a slow lap for Hughes. He's 1.1 seconds behind Julian. Verschuur improves. He is 54 thousandths of a second away from Julian. Verschuur, who's never won in the championship before, been a driver for 3 years, and has come close, but no banana. Hopefully he'll find something in him today, and he's already improved by 2/10 on this lap. Just reducing down the amount of fuel that is in that car. And that's what it's all about, is dumping off that fuel so that you can go faster. Ben Hughes on a push again. Hopgood trying to find some extra time. Pan Am Martinez, Andy Bianchi are the 3 drivers fighting for 3rd in the championship. It's a big day for them because they are the sole drivers of their teams. Big day for them. The championship for them could be decided here today. Big day from Alejandro Martinez now. To the line. Is he improving? He's not. I think he's trying to waste the fuel, I would imagine. Hopgood is getting a decent lap too. He's only 81 thousandths of a second away from Versure. Lancia will have points after this race. Yes, he will. Ben Hughes still yet to set lap time for himself. To the line he goes. Does not improve. For sure now. That's a big lap. And the guys that are in 1st, 2nd and 3rd, and 4th for that matter, and 5th, have not used any of their overtake. They're holding on to that overtake. The question is who is improving the most? Am is the man to beat. Huge opportunity for Pan Am to secure himself potentially 3rd place in this championship. Pan Am to start. Qualifying ends in 5 minutes, Andy. Qualifying ends in 5 minutes. Plus the 180-second delay. Ben Hughes is in the pits. Is Pan Am improving though? Martinez is not improving. Pan Am definitely not improving now. He's got himself a 2.5 second time penalty. Julian to the line, goes on to provisional pole. What a lap! 15.1 is the benchmark. Julian is on provisional pole, helped out by his teammate, giving him a slipstream down the pit lane straight. Julian is your man on provisional pole with only 4 minutes left in this qualifying session. Absolutely stunning. Stunning. improving this lap. Alejandro Martinez is on dead tires. He's going to have to pit and get a new set. For sure, out onto the track now. An American driver hasn't won in this championship since round 25 in 2021. It has almost been 5 years. In fact, it would be today, 5 years since a driver has won in this championship and been from the United States of America. Can Julian find something within himself to make himself the second ever American driver to win in this championship? And Bianchi's joined the session now. Is improving. Bouchard is on a push here. Still hasn't used any of his overtake. Lads know that they can use overtake because there's only a minute and a half left in this qualifying session. Yes, they do. Oh, Verschure goes third fastest. He's 3/10 away now. And I'm to start a push. Alejandro Martinez is going to have to find something big, very big. Julian into the pits. And I'm pushing, using all of his overtake this time. How will he be in sector 2 is the question. Now 15 people here. Thank you so much. If you're not joining, please do hit that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Pan Am is up by 0.4 of a second. He's purple sector 2. Can he hold on to that all the way down sector 3? He's got that overtake. Pan Am now towards the line. Can he devastate Julian here? Yes, he can by 0.4 of a second. Wow, Pan Am back on provisional pole. All the laps are about to be completed here. Alejandro Martinez to the line. Does not improve. He improves upon his personal best. Goes third fastest. Jorben has been off. Julian will have to settle for second place, but Martinez in third. Verschure in fourth. Hopgood in the barriers in fifth. Ben Hughes will settle for sixth, and Mateos will start seventh, and Andy Bianchi will start in eighth. Baby, come on now. Oh, Pan Am is on another push. Yes, he is. He's on another push. In fact, Julian... No, he's not. Stop, baby. Julian's not on it, but Pan Am is, though. He's not going to improve, though. That is your grid order. 8 people is the smallest grid we've had this year of the 14 drivers on the grid. It'll be interesting to see how this all finishes out. Okay, folks. What a lap indeed. Chat. You know what I was thinking? I should race to fill up the grid. I won't, but how cool would that be? Where's Pan? Oh, there he is. It would be unprecedented. Let your son go? Yeah, I should. I don't think he's ready yet. Maybe someday, though. Let's get Ben at P1. I mean, what you choose to do with your race is your business, gentlemen. Is everybody ready? The smallest grid of 2025. And we are going to start. Race will start at now. It starts. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Super Championship 2025, round 21, around Interlagos. Here we go. On the front row, it is Pan Am and Julian, two drivers who have had their run-ins in the last couple of races. Alejandro Martinez and Versure make up the second row. Hopgood and Ben Hughes on the third row, and on the fourth row and final row, Mateos and Andy Bianchi, multiple WSC race winners. 5 lights are on, and it's lights out, and away we go. Pan Am gets a great start, so does Julian, so does Martinez. Who's going to be leading this race into turn 1? Julian leads the race into turn 1. Wow, what an absolute fantastic launch for Julian. He leads this race now. Used a little bit of his overtake. Martinez trying to hunt down Pan Am here, using some of his overtake a little bit to try and match Andy Bianchi, already up to 4th. Versure under pressure from Mateos behind him. Ben Hughes following close behind. So is Hopgood, all off the track. Penalties galore here now. But Julian leads this race, and it's a 2-second time penalty for Hopgood. It's a 1-second time penalty for Versure. Ben Hughes got away with it. Mateos got away with it. Alejandro Martinez now fighting with Pan Am for second place. Andy Bianchi's in 4th. How about this for a race start? The man from America, Julian, is leading this race by 1 second. Pan Am doing all he can to keep up, but Julian is your race leader. He's lost a little bit of time there. Pan Am now will smell blood here. 6/10 behind is Pan Am. Julian now under pressure, can feel it behind him. These two have provided absolutely sensational racing as of recent. In the last couple of months has just been phenomenal. Andy Bianchi now coming up alongside towards a fellow rival, someone he's had races with many times before. It's none other than El Matador, Alejandro Martinez. The Italian stallion versus the El Matador. Coming to you soon. Now Julian is in trouble here. 0.2 of a second separate Pan Am from Julian here, as they come through now into the Senna S's. Wow, what a launch for Julian. That is a great start for Julian. Unbelievable start for Julian. Ben Hughes in 6th now. Hopgood not had the best of starts. Julian 1/10 of a second, doing his best to defend against Pan Am. 1/10 is what separates him. Pan Am gets a really good exit out of that corner now. Has a huge run on Julian down towards turn 1. Moves to the outside. Julian goes defensive on the inside. But Pan Am is about to retake the lead of this race, and does so with minimal use of his overtake. Julian desperately trying to keep on to first place into turn 1. And he is into first place into turn 1. Bumping wheels. Wow. Pan Am now desperately going to be trying to get down into turn 5. Ahead of Julian, won't do it this time. Alejandro Martinez has brought himself back into it. Mateos now fighting with Andy Bianchi. Mateos has gotten past Andy Bianchi, moves up to 4th place. Ben Hughes going to be under pressure now very shortly from Versure. Jorben now really hunting in the background there. You can see him. He is angling up Ben Hughes here to get past him. Julian leads this race still by 0.3 of a second. Three laps down. 37 to go. Pan Am now forcing Julian to use up his overtake. Mateos now back into 4th. Andy Bianchi is not letting him away with this. Martinez doing everything he needs to do to win this championship for the team. Julian now remains in the lead of this race. for sure still hasn't gotten past Ben. Now, Jorben hasn't used any of his overtake. Ben Hughes is using his overtake to defend. Jorben around the outside now, trying to find a way. Oh, this could come off here. Just Ben slams the door, holding on to 6th place. Andy Bianchi's falling back by 9/10 of a second. And the battle at the front still happening as Alejandro Martinez is lurking in the background, waiting for something to happen ahead of him. Everything he needs to do to stay ahead of Pan Am here. Julian just holding on here. Special livery for Delta Sport today. Pan Am just waiting, letting Julian use up his overtake. Laps to go. Mateos now starting to catch up to this punch. Andy Bianchi is too. Jorben has finally gotten past Ben. Everyone out in softs. And got a really good exit out of the S's. That's, yeah, he is. There could be a move on to turn 1 here. Just doing everything he needs to do just to hold on. Pan Am, man fastest on the track though. 1:16.1, fastest lap so far. Alejandro Martinez needs to try and stay within that slipstream to be in with a shot of winning this race. Pan Am just letting Julian burn those tyres out at the front. Pan Am looked like he was going to go for a move there, just backs out at the last second. Now, will there be a move on this time? Again, Pan Am has used none of his overtake. Whose tyres are in a worse situation. It would be Julian's as he desperately defends. Now Julian is under pressure. Pan Am now really applying the pressure to Julian. Julian definitely can feel it because you can see it in the tyre wear. The tyre wear for Julian is definitely not going as well as Pan Am's. Andy Bianchi back past Mateos once again, and as Mateos and Andy Bianchi bicker, Martinez pulls further and further away. Could there be a move on here? Oh, Pan Am's a lot closer this time around. Pan Am looking to make a move. Retakes the lead of the race. Julian presumably going to fight back. He is fighting back into turn 1. And Julian hangs on once again to the lead of the... Oh, Pan Am has gone around! Pan Am's off the track. Just lost it at the very last second. The rears just came away from him. Now, Alejandro Martinez, who is definitely not going to just sit behind Julian, is right behind him. Pan Am makes a mistake. He's going to have to try and catch Andy Bianchi now and Mateos, who are already bickering. That'll be very difficult. Versure now has brought himself back into this because he's only 2.5 seconds now away from Pan Am. And as I said previously, Martinez is all over the rear wing of Julian, whose tyres are in a far worse state than Martinez. El Matador has got the red rag out and he's coming for the bull. Julian now under massive pressure from what is behind him. Mateos, a 2-time WSC winner, and the Stallion, a multiple WSC race winner. Pan Am as well is a race winner. Julian will have the weight of the world on his shoulders for the next 30 laps, and he'll feel every single kilogram of that weight. At the moment he's doing a good job at just staying ahead. Martinez, though, as I said, is lurking in the background. And Bianchi has dropped away a little bit. Pan Am catching up to Bianchi now. Hopgood isn't tremendously far away from Hughes either. And now Andy Bianchi is going to be under pressure from Pan Am. And once again Julian is under pressure from El Matador. Mateo's starting to catch up to this as well. Home Hero starting to use some of his overtake, trying to catch this fight. Start to feel the pressure now. Martinez is a lot closer than he was the last lap. A lot closer. 8 tenths now, heading down towards turn 5. Turn 4, sorry. Mateo's starting to catch up as well. He's used a lot more of his overtake than he would hope for. Sure has caught this little pack here of Andy Bianchi and Pan Am. Pan Am has gotten past Andy Bianchi. Fuel is about to start to become a problem. Alejandro Martinez has preserved fuel. It's got to be for the first time this season El Matador has preserved fuel, and he has preserved fuel. He's the last guy to have gone red. Alejandro Martinez wants this win more than ever. He's got a home hero behind him who is definitely going to want to win this race. But now, pretty much everyone from 6th to 1st is in this to win it. Martinez gets a really good exit through the S's. Within 8 tenths now of Julian. Oh, Martinez gets a really good exit. And now is only 8 tenths behind. Oh, Mateos though is only 2 tenths away from Alejandro Martinez. Martinez takes provisional lead of this race as Julian peels off and into the pits. Mateos gets past Martinez into turn 1. pits now as well. Hughes, Verschure, Bianchi, Martinez and Mateos stay out. Martinez absolutely not letting Mateos away with it. Oh, Mateos takes a little bit of the grass. And Martinez is hounding him. Mateos is going to have to come into the pits this lap. The question is what does Martinez do? Julian back out onto the track now. They stay out for one more lap. Martinez and Mateos. Verschure is into the pits now. Ben Hughes presumably going to come into the pits as well. No, stays out. Going for one more lap. Julian about to come past Verschure. Pan Am is about to come past Verschure as well. Refueling for the end of the race. Nobody is just refueling for the next stint. And Pan Am goes back to 7th place. 18 seconds behind Julian, who is catching front two at a rate of knots, and Mateos and Martinez are fighting tooth and nail here as Mateos has now depleted his tank, has to come into the pit, and Martinez stays out for another lap. How about that? I wonder how that's going to work out for him. He's got a strategy in mind. Andy Bianchi into the pits now as well. Ben Hughes is going to have to pit now. He's about to run out of fuel. Hopgood going to have to come into the pits as well. Oh, Hughes has ran out of fuel. Hopgood cuts the line. He's going to get a 3-second time penalty for that though. Mateos into the pits. Julian back into 2nd place. Still to be released. Pan Am goes back to 3rd. Mateos still hasn't been released. The undercut is very strong. Martinez now coming into the pits this lap. Has to. Where is Julian though? Julian now rounds the last corner now. Martinez only getting fuel put in now. Julian will retake the lead of this race. There is nothing Martinez can do. He has to refuel the car. Gone 15 laps on one stint. The next stint he'll have to come back in again and put on a new set. Pan Am looking like he'll get ahead. No, Julian only refuels for one stint. Martinez back out onto the track now. It's got Pan Am raging down into turn 1 though. We'll have Pan Am for company very shortly. Well, El Matador. Julian leads this race by 15.4 seconds. That is absolutely mania. That's mental. Absolutely mental. And and he's pulling away. Oh, Julian goes on to softs and refuels only for a short stint. Martinez on mediums, Pan Am on mediums, Mateos on mediums. Mateos is refueled for the rest of the race. So has Andy Bianchi, so has Verschure, so has Hopgood, and so has Ben Hughes. The front three are on very different strategies. Very different strategies. Julian's going to have to pit a lot sooner rather than later. Could this be error? Martinez on mediums can probably get to the end of this race on that set. He'd have to refuel, I would imagine. He'd have to refuel. Julian's going to have to drive like his life depends on it in order to get out of that pit window. Because Pan Am and Martinez are on different on more or less the similar strategy, but they're extending. Mateos is to the end, Bianchi's to the end, Verschure is to the end, Hopgood is to the end, and Hughes is to the end of this race. Pits are long. This is going to be a very, very interesting end. Now, the only thing is if Julian Martinez and Pan Am can drive out of Mateos and everyone below him strategically, then it might work out, but I think they might have shot themselves in their foot here a little bit. Mateos is looking like the stronger car at the moment. It'll be really interesting into this race. 17 laps down, 23 to go. Julian thrashing those tires, and he's got... Oh, Julian nearly goes around too. 13 people here, don't go anywhere, because the end of this race is going to be absolutely crazy. Ben Hughes lets Julian through. Julian's going to be coming up on his teammate shortly. Ben Hughes will be using Julian to pull himself along. This is a big day for Julian. If whatever he is thinking works out, this will be one of his greatest moments in this competition, and he would have deserved it. This, if he can pull this off, it'll be absolutely outrageous. Julian leads by 18.8 seconds. Martinez in the hunt. Pan Am in the hunt. Mateos in the hunt. Bianchi in the hunt. Verschure in the hunt. This is all going to come down to the wire. Martinez now. Not exactly losing time to Julian, but he's definitely not catching him either. Catching through the S's here. Usually gets a little bit of a better exit through the corners, does Martinez, and he is, you can see, it's 2/10 through the S's. He gains. Big day for Julian. Should he pull this off? Pan Am starting to catch Martinez. Julian is starting to run out of fuel. He's going to have to pit very, very soon. The next 4 or 5 laps, Julian is going to have to come back into the pits once again. Julian now burning out those front tyres like there's no tomorrow, and Martinez is really starting to catch him now. Really starting to catch him. Mateos. What is he planning? Mateos has something far more sinister up his sleeve for sure. He's not going to settle for 4th place. This is going to be on the podium somewhere, I think. Andy Bianchi now. Quite close too. Hopgood goes off. Not ideal. Oh, he nearly crashes into his teammate. Hopgood still ahead of Ben Hughes. Hughes now gets ahead of him. Hopgood will be hoping to stay in touch with Ben Hughes here. Pan Am now starting to catch Alejandro Martinez. 3 seconds is the gap. Is the gap. And Julian is into the pits as predicted. That fuel, I'm not sure this has been his brightest idea. Alejandro Martinez gets back through Hopgood now. Hopgood coming into the pits. Martinez takes the lead of this race. Pan Am into 2nd place now. Mateos into 3rd place. Julian now released. Has refueled for the remainder of this race on medium compound tyres. And how far away from the lead of this race? 32 seconds. So Pan Am, Martinez are going to have to pit again. Mateos does not need to pit again. Andy Bianchi definitely doesn't need to pit again. Neither does Verschure. Has Julian just shot himself in the foot? I think he might have. I think Julian's made a blunder here. Martinez is about to be caught by Pan Am here. Mateos catches the whole pack. Is Julian catching his own teammate? He is ever so slightly catching his old teammate. Julian's made a big blunder though. I think the strat, the 2-stop strat, was definitely not it. Mateos, Andy Bianchi for sure, and Hughes all on 1-stop strategies. Pan Am is about to get ahead of Martinez here. Martinez has used a lot of his overtake now. Pan Am has used practically none. Pan Am takes the lead of this race. Oh, Pan Am nearly goes off the track. Martinez back into the lead of the race now. They're coming up towards the back marker of Ben Hughes. All over the rear wing of Martinez. The fuel difference now is not tremendously big. However, Mateos is only 14 seconds behind. Has Julian done his strategy with the purpose of him thinking Martinez and Pan Am are the fight that he has? Martinez now down to second place. Pan Am gets ahead of him. Martinez launches, thinking about launching into turn 1. Doesn't though. Ben Hughes moves out of the way. Now down to turn 4. What is the idea here? Martinez gaining and gaining. Is he going to launch something? He was thinking about it again. Pan Am takes the lead of this race by nearly 0.5 of a second. Martinez isn't going to give that up though. Julian is starting to catch, for sure. 2.1 seconds is the gap. Mateos is concerned. Those tyres are starting to go off a lot sooner than even I expected. Now, when does Pan Am and Martinez pull the trigger and come into the pits? Because they're going to have to. They're not going to get to the end on their fuel. Martinez using up some overtake. Julian now 1.8 seconds behind, for sure. Andy Bianchi in the middle of no man's land, in 4th place. 5 seconds behind him is for sure. 8 seconds ahead of him is Mateos. Martinez hasn't given up either. He's still within 0.3 of Pan Am. Now, Mateos is dropping back. He is preserving fuel. Mateos has to be preserving fuel. Mateos looking a little bit unsettled. Martinez now. Pan Am. Peel off. Oh, they were trying to dupe each other into the pits. Martinez now. Does he have a move into turn 1? He's thinking about it on the outside line. Better launch down into turn 4. Maybe he's thinking this straight here is the place to get it done. Not this time around. Still within touching distance of Pan Am. For sure now about to come under pressure very shortly from his old teammate Julian. 1 second, 9/10 is the gap now. Julian will fall into the slipstream here. Seven tenths is the gap. Pan Am still leads this race. Martinez not letting anything away. Still very close by. Now, when do they pull the trigger is the question, because they're running out of fuel lively, and now they're starting to lose time to the car behind. Julian's tyres, arguably, are the best on track, and he's in the best position to not have to pit again. Mateos' tyres are are nearly halfway spent. Julian now looking to come up on his old teammate, and it goes through on his old teammate. He's up to 5th. Verschure concedes into turn 1. Now hasn't given up. He's very close. 1/10 of a second. You're looking at the fight here for 5th. It is crucial that Julian stay ahead of Verschure here for his race. Julian for now. Julian and Verschure bumping wheels. Verschure back to 5th. Julian's going to have to get a big move done here soon. Verschure fighting with Julian. Julian, as he fights, is going to be spending his tyres a little bit. It is crucial that Julian find a way past here. Verschure has an awful lot of overtake. Julian now uses a lot of his overtake to go back ahead of Verschure. For moments anyway, he will be. Julian back into 5th place. Verschure still fighting it. Verschure will have overtake now down towards turn 4 and is using it. Julian goes defensive. Oh, Verschure goes around. Verschure goes around. Took too much curb. Wow. That is instrumental for Julian. He needed that. Verschure will be he'll be furious with that. He'll be absolutely furious. However, he does have an awful lot of overtake to use to come back. Now, Julian has to get after Andy Bianchi, and he's got to do it quick. There's only 12 laps left remaining in this race. Martinez has dropped well out of the slipstream of Pan Am, and they're going to have to pit very, very shortly. Julian, 32 seconds away. He is now in their pits. He is now in their pit window, and will be ahead of Pan Am and Martinez when they pit. Julian, all of a sudden, his strategy is starting to look ingenious. It is starting to look ingenious. Julian now 5.6 seconds away from the Italian stallion. Matteos is 9 seconds up the road from Andy Bianchi. Martinez is into the pits. Pan Am will have to come in the next lap or the lap after. And Julian is catching Andy Bianchi, who is using overtake. Martinez drops to 3rd. Will drop to 4th now as well. And presumably drop all the way down to 5th. Pan Am will be in trouble when he comes into the pits. The undercut is extremely strong here. Extremely strong. Martinez now released. Julian 4.9 seconds away from Andy Bianchi. Bianchi now under pressure. 4.5, 4.4, 4.3. Julian is catching him, which means he is 14 seconds away from Matteos. Pan Am's into the pits. He's going to be behind Alejandro Martinez again. And I'm only being serviced now. Julian will get past him too. Pan Am's released. There is Pan Am. And there goes Julian. 9 laps left. And Julian can see Andy Bianchi in front of him. Mateos' tyres are not looking pretty. Not looking pretty in the slightest bit. This is going to be an absolute blockbuster finish. Blockbuster finish. Once again, Julian is now nearly, and he's in within 3.9 seconds of Andy Bianchi. Tyre wear comparison. There it is. Quite large. Julian is in the hunt. Still got a little bit of overtake left too. Andy Bianchi goes off track slightly. Tyre wear is where this race is going to be decided, unless Mateos can just fling on to 14 seconds. Julian needs to make no mistakes, absolutely no mistakes, because right behind him is Pan Am on a fresh set of soft compound tyres, and he's only 1.9 seconds away. Softs will burn out very quickly. Julian, the fast man on track, with 15.7. Pan Am in sector 1 is the fastest man on track and is catching Julian at a rate of knots. Tyres are starting to go funny. Pan Am has brought himself back into this. 8 laps to go. The question is will those tyres go to the end for Mateos and Andy Bianchi? And as you can see, Andy Bianchi and Mateos isn't pulling away from Andy Bianchi. They're pretty much dead even. And now Pan Am can see Julian very closely too. Here comes Pan Am using all of that overtake that he saved. Oh, Julian and him make contact. Pan Am takes third though. Will cross the line and take the fastest lap of the race too. Julian trying to fight it back. Pan Am. Julian gets past him. They're fighting. Pan Am uses overtake. And while they bicker, Andy pulls away even that little bit further. Oh, Julian's off the track. That's going to be a penalty for Julian. On top of all of that stuff that was going on there, guess who's back? It, of course, is El Matador. And he's only 4/10 away from Julian. Mateos and Andy Bianchi are going to be feeling pressure now, as Pan Am, on a brand new set of softs with a full tank of overtake, is coming at him, and so is Alejandro Martinez for that matter. Martinez plotting to come past Julian here. Martinez gets ahead of Julian. Julian drops to 5th once again. Julian's going to fight this into turn 1. Does so. Stays in 4th place. Martinez is going to come back at this though. Has brand new softs on though. Does Martinez. Mateos is going to be under huge pressure come the end of this race. Has he done enough? I think he might have. Pan Am though is about to get ahead of Andy Bianchi. up the inside of Andy Bianchi and gets past him. Pan Am is past Andy Bianchi. Once again, Andy Bianchi using some of his overtake. Pan Am stays ahead. Mateos, while that battle is going on, has pulled away a little bit. 5 laps left remaining, and Mateos is 11.5 seconds in the lead. Mateos can't afford any mistakes. Pan Am is coming on a brand new set of soft compound tyres. Julian will be very, very disappointed. At one point there, it really was looking like he was going to catch up. And Bianchi still might get got by Julian. Martinez has rear ring damage, which means he's been rear-ended. I'm wondering who may have caused that accident. He's catching Andy Bianchi. Can he find himself a podium? Pan Am now 9.7 seconds away from Mateos. So far, what it's looking like, Pan Am's catching up by 0.2 a lap. There is 4 laps left remaining. Mateos will be under pressure by the last lap. At the current rate, he can't afford any mistakes. He can afford no mistakes. Four laps left remaining. Brand new softs versus dead mediums with a little bit of overtake. Pan Am has used up all of his overtake. Julian, on the other hand, has not used up all of his overtake. That's interesting now. That's very interesting. Pan Am, can he get those softs to go to the end here? Now, Mateos. How much time has he lost? Through that first set of chicanes, and it is quite a large number. Pan Am is absolutely honing in on Mateos here. Massively honing in on him. Apologies, folks. I was confused by something for a minute. All good. Mateos now. 6 seconds. Pan Am is absolutely rampant. He is really coming after Mateos here. And he's setting fastest sector after fastest sector. He's going to set the fastest lap of the race once again. Mateos using up the last of his overtake in a desperate attempt to hold on. 2 laps left remaining. 5.7 seconds between them. Pan Am is absolutely using every inch of track, every inch of car that he can to extract as much time out of this as possible, and you can see how much time he's making up even down the straights. Pan Am versus Mateos. The home hero versus the Hound. Now, Andy Bianchi is under pressure from Julian behind him. Julian is in that window. 9/10 of a second. Pan Am 4.8 seconds behind Mateos now. Has Mateos done enough to hold on? Pan Am. Mateos' tyres are absolutely shot. Now Andy has a small bit of overtake left. Julian has a decent bit of overtake left. And Bianchi weaving, trying to break that slipstream. I don't think Pan Am has done enough. I don't think he's done enough here. Julian is going to get past Andy Bianchi at some point, by the looks of it. Martinez doesn't need to pressure himself. As he's sat right now, he's won the team's championship for Saria. What's not been won yet is this race. And it's got one lap left to go, a lap and a half left to go. 3.3 seconds is the gap. Now, here's where it gets interesting. We're about to start this last lap. Mateos versus Pan Am. Will Mateos take a third race of his WSC time, or will it be Pan Am taking his second? And one that is non-controversial. Pan Am now is really catching Mateos here. Julian gets past Andy Bianchi. While they bicker, Martinez catches once again. Pan Am goes off the track. That's going to be a penalty. Surely that's going to be a penalty. Yes, it is. It's a 0.5 second time penalty. Music to Mateos' ears. Very stressed out ears, I would imagine. He's only got a couple of corners left to go before winning his third ever WSC race, and it'll be his home race. What a fight it's been today. Mateos now has done it. Pan Am not going to catch him. It's been an absolutely fantastic race. Mateos at the start wasn't looking too great. He missed qualifying, but he won't miss this one. He wins in Brazil. Mateos wins round 21 of the World Super Championship. How about that? Julian will be very upset, but he can hold his head high because he's on the podium in third place. Andy Bianchi is... oh, he's under pressure. Andy Bianchi might not even get fourth here. Ooh, it was close. 0.2 of a second for sure. Will take sixth. Ben Hughes in seventh. Will take seventh. But Mateos is your winner. And with that, we crown a team's championship to Saria. Alejandro Martinez, El Matador, has won Saria, the team's championship. All he needed was to finish seventh. He's finished fifth. And with that, has crowned Saria a championship once more. 3 times Saria have been world champions, and now for a third. This is the third time. Mateos has won this race, already saying, not my fault. What has happened? Ben Hughes crosses the line. But Mateos wins.
Mommy.
Now, we'll go straight to the anthems.
Good.
Go straight to the anthems, folks.
There's no.
Moves up 6 positions in the race. Absolutely outrageous. We'll go straight to the anthems, folks. I'm not going to waste any time because we're already... It was a long race. Very, very long race. Okay, please everybody be respectful of the team's anthem. Please everybody be respectful of the team's anthem, the British national anthem. Now, please, everybody, be respectful of the driver's anthem, the Brazilian national anthem. One of the longest anthems that we have in this championship. In fact, it is the longest, just that I'm looking at it. That's the second time this has happened, Mateus. I'm not really sure why, but like this version of the anthem just cuts off at the very, very end. I'm not really entirely sure why. But anyway, folks, that is your race winner. I'm going to save the replay because I already have people saying everything's the same with this guy. So I'm just going to save nice and lively. So we'll go to our driver of the day. I mean, it should be pretty obvious who's going to be on this, to be honest. Why is my mouse working? Ah, that's why. My daughter seems to have licked the laser on the mouse, and now it's not registering. Yeah, that's exactly what she's done. She's licked the laser, and now it won't work. So I have to act like a peasant and use the I have to use the actual the mouse on the laptop. DAYZ, Pan Am, and fourth Martinez. Pow. There is your driver of the day, folks. Please do vote now. We're going to give 2 minutes and then we're going to go. Finish up. Well done, Ben. Good job, mate. You did well. You did real well. It's good points. I'm going to see if I can fix my mouse. Mateos won just at the very end. He just about won. Pan Am was coming after him at a rate of knots, but just about managed to cling on to that race win. And now the dogs are killing each other. It's great. Oh, awesome, man. If you've not done already, please do hit that like button and definitely join our Discord server. We'd love if you subscribe too. What I'll do is I'll get I'll link our Discord so you can join our Discord. You stay with the chat. You can see when our races are happening. They happen every Saturday. The last one of the year is next week. We are going to the DAYZ Marina in Abu Dhabi. And that will be our final race of the year until March. And then everything will kick off again. Who posted it, do you mind me asking? Just out of curiosity, I'd like to thank them. Was it Julian? What I'll do is I'm posting the Discord there now. You can join. Oh dear. Now, Discord. That's our link to the Discord. You can join. Okay, 2 minutes are up. Julian, you are the driver of the day for round 21. Congratulations, Julian. Okay, folks, I think we've done enough here today. Thank you all so much for tuning in and being part of today's race. Obviously, it wasn't as filled out as we were hoping. We have 14 drivers on the grid. Only 8 managed to turn up today due to other issues, and we were already late by half an hour today. So, but anyone that made it today, well done, and congratulations, Matteo, on your victory, a third win this year. And congratulations to Alejandro Martinez, who has put both of his hands on the Constructors' Trophy and pulled it down for Team Seria. What a job. What a job in what is to be your final year in the WSC after 5 long years. Thank you, Alejandro Martinez. Okay, folks, without further ado, go to Minamágat, Agus Slán Avalia.